What up, everybody? How you guys doing? Today we're going to be doing another Redbubble shop review. We got a few shops here. I mean, we're looking at maybe 6 different stores. We're going to keep this review as concise as possible. We're going to try to throw out some tips there. Guys, if you want to be included in the next shop review, go to the community tab of the YouTube channel and look for the new post that's going to have this image. Look for the new one. It's going to be very recent. It's going to be 5, 10, 20 minutes old after this video. And go ahead and sign up. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the Redbubble shop review. All right. So let's go to the first one. Let's go over here. D Kitty Merch. Shout out to D Kitty Merch. D Kitty Merch is killing it. I want to point out that when I first searched for D Kitty Merch, joined in September of 2021. So that's pretty recent with 551 designs. I think out of a lot of the stores that I've seen with the short amount of time that they've been online, this is the most designs that we've seen for these shop review videos. And what I got to say is, honestly, great job. Great job on everything that's going. In fact, honestly, this store here, guys, should be almost like a something you should look up to. And the reason why I say that is because it's got the cornerstones completed, right? It's joined recently, a lot of designs, okay? And on top of that, it's niche relevant. Like, it's only in one niche, which you could see here. It has everything to do with cats or kitties, right? And it's all stuck in that one niche. What I would say, what I recommend is keep doing what you're doing. Like, honestly, you don't even need my advice. You're doing good. You're doing great. Something that I would say, if you have a design like this, right, it tends to not look better when it's a transparent background like this on something that's like a mouse pad or a desk mat or anything like that. I would go with the sticker. Put this up with the sticker first. It gives more viewing for the actual product. The product looks a little bit bigger. So the thing that says I regret nothing, it's going to be like a little bit bigger. Like, probably the size of where my mouse is going in terms of that surface area. So it's going to look bigger. It's going to look cleaner. Like I said, but for this style of design, like same thing for here, like this style design here, don't put it on the hat, put it on the sticker. Unless you want to put it on a t-shirt. T-shirt works too. But I think just stickers going to work better in terms of these blank background white mouse pads. What I would recommend if you don't have something like a little bit too creative, kind of like this, or even like an image or something like that, don't use the mouse pad. The mouse pad is great. I love using the mouse pad, but a lot of the times I have a lot going on in the design. But overall, this is a tremendous store. Really not much I could say here. 768 favorited. Guys, this is a perfect example of the more you put into a store, the more you get out. Point blank, period. And there's really no ifs, ands, and buts about that, right? The more work you put in, the better you get out. And we don't even have to judge it off sales because we don't know the sales, but we can just take a look here. 768 favorited. All about cats, right? What I would do if I were you also, I would search everything for every cat meme, every cat shirt, quote, everything related to cats, and I would just do that, and I would do more of it. And do like a whole bunch of designs and things like that. We actually featured that in the design course where I showed we took one topic, we created 63 designs on it in 34 minutes. Then what we did is we took that design and we said, okay, if one of these sell, then we know how to make another 20, 30 designs of that one design, right, out of those 60. So it's just a way of extrapolating. Like, for example, and also, I wouldn't do something like this as well. Like, you want to go with a seamless print on this. You see how there's like this is squared off like this. This looks great on a mouse pad. The problem is that I would say cut off these little hearts that are already cut off, right? And by the way, this is like a design tactic. You don't have to do this on this specific design, but it's a design tactic, right? You want to cut off the ones that are cut off because that gives like the boxed effect. On a t-shirt, you do not want to have any of these boxed effect kind of looks because it just looks like it doesn't fit on a t-shirt, like it wasn't made for a t-shirt, right? Like, look at this design right here. This design doesn't look like it's, struggling to fit on a t-shirt. The other ones do. So just keep in mind about that. But this is honestly a tremendous store and really a tremendous job, D Kitty Merch. So shout out to you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next store. We have Diastol, maybe Diastol. I'm not sure. From all the way from Korea. All right, so big shout out to Curia. Watching the videos here, 8 designs. So these 8 designs are pretty cool. The thing that I would say with these designs is that 8 designs is not enough if you want to really push it. Like, think about it realistically. How many stores do you know out there had 8 designs and brought in the income that you want, right? Something that I always say is picture yourself 5 years in the future. 4 years in the future, 2 years in the future even. What do you want your life to look like? What car do you want to drive? What kind of, jacket do you want to be wearing? What kind of house do you want to be in? What kind of shoes do you want to be wearing? What kind of level of income do you want to have? But you have to describe it with extreme specificity and ask yourself, what you're doing today, is it going to get you there in the future? And the way I used to do this is, like, for example, when I was 17, 18 years old, I used to say, okay, in 5 years, I'll be 22. I want to be a 22-year-old or a 23-year-old that drives this car, that's this color, that costed this much. I want to have this style house with that style, whatever it is, right? And then I would say, okay, the guy who's at 23 living in that car, that house, etc., is he doing the decisions right now that would get him there? And I would look at just myself and my own behavior, right? And so if you want to actually be successful, you got to say, okay, I want to be successful on Redbubble. Is my 8 designs likely going to get me there? And the answer is probably not, because it's only 8 designs, right? So what I would say, and honestly, the best tip for you at this point, it's too early for me to even comment on your designs. I would say just do more designs, honestly. Like, get 80 designs up, get 800 designs up. Right? Get as many designs as you possibly can. And it's really not that hard, because if you do, let's just say not even 60, let's go for 50 a day. All right? Let's go for 50 a day. And by the way, 60 is very practical. I created 60 designs or 63 designs in 34 minutes. The video wasn't sped up. There was no editing in the video. You guys can watch it right in the course. And the strategy I've shown, a very simple strategy. It works very, very well, and it's very effective. If you did this tomorrow, you'd wake up with 58 designs. And then the next day, you'd have 108 designs. That's only assuming you did 50, right? If you had 60, you'd have even more. You'd go from 68 to 128. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just a matter of 2 days. So imagine what you could do in a week or even a month. So, very drastic. So there's not much I could say here, honestly. With due respect, I think you need a little more designs for me to even talk about the art. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next store. And just let that be a learning lesson for everybody who's watching, guys, is that if you have a low number of designs, get those designs up. Get past 300. Get past 500. You want to see significant amount of sales? Do significant amount of work, and through the process, you're going to learn a lot. Okay, so this is a great store. Honey Shin Chan. First of all, shout out to the Aston Martin in the background. And it says Mercy Collections, all right, from Tenali, India. Shout out to India, man. India is a great country, amazing country. Over here on the YouTube channel, shout out to India. Here we got some pretty cool designs. I actually like the designs a lot. Like, when it comes down to the designs, I like them a lot. The one problem that I see that is really, really sticking out is, maybe you guys can tell me this too, right? I'll use this as a hint. You guys let me know. Okay, let's pull it up. Can you guys tell what the problem is? It's not transparent. That's the problem, right? So this design, this cat herding expert, you could blow this up, make it a lot bigger, right? Change maybe some of the colors, whatever, but go with a transparent background. Like, it's highly unlikely somebody's going to buy a shirt like this. But it's not about your actual design. Like, the artwork, it works, right? The cat herding art expert or whatever, it works. And even if you rank number 1, think about it this way. If you rank number 1 on Redbubble, still nobody's going to buy your design, because it's not transparent. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't look good, right? So you have a good design skill. Like, I can't tell you that your design skill is bad. It's good. But the problem is that it's not transparent. Like, look at these hats, for example, right? These hats, there's like a white square in the background, right? We need to get that white square out of the way. Let's go ahead and have this load here. What's going on here? Let me go ahead and refresh this. Sorry, guys, for the, there we go. Okay, look at this white square here. This is a problem, okay? First of all, it's not centered. It doesn't even look right. But second of all, get rid of this. What's going on over here? Get rid of this and keep the text. Now, yes, you might have to invest in a premium software to do that, or you might have to, sacrifice that and go with other softwares that you're not comfortable with, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to make any money doing this, right? So you're essentially doing a whole bunch of work for nothing. So 97 favorites, 2 followers, 1 following, you'd gain much, much more success, okay? We know that people are seeing your designs just off the stats that you have here. We know people are seeing your designs. That's a fact. But we don't know that you're actually making any sales, because look at this, once again, right? If you made this transparent, how can who's not going to buy it? I'll put it that way. Who's not going to buy a design like this? It's not a bad design. It's not the best design, but it's not bad. The only problem is like this section here, like it needs to go. Something needs to change. The colors need to change within the design to really bring out the design, or something like this even. Let's go with this one. This is a great design. I don't care who you are. Anybody can agree. This is a good design. Okay, let's pull it up here and give it a second. Okay, here we go. This design right here. All right, good design. Like, be kind to yourself. But get rid of this, the black background, or just make the whole mouse pad black and go with the transparent background, because this is going to look the same way on every single product. So you don't want that. You don't want that kind of problem. You want to be successful, and it just doesn't. This doesn't look optimal. Would you buy something that looks like this? Let's be honest. Probably not. If you wouldn't buy something that you created, then don't expect to sell it. All right. The next store, okay, Curia Muhillis. Once again, I'm sorry if I did or did not pronounce your name right. Joined in January of 2020, so literally last year, 2 years ago, with 201 designs. So right away, you could tell this person has talent. Okay, I look at, for example, something like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, and I say there's a lot of talent here. Okay, what I do have to say is, be careful with this art that you're doing, because technically you don't own the rights to any of this stuff. Like the Kanye West face, the marshmallow guy, the Jeff Bezos on the duvet cover. Where was it here? I knew I saw him somewhere. He was like on a rocket. There we go. This one, technically you don't own the rights to any of this stuff. Okay? Now, of course, you're going to make money from it. What I would recommend, honestly, just create a brand new store. Use the same talent that you have right now to do things that are going to sell with safety over a long period of time that you don't have to worry about. The way this store is looking right now, if I was a Redbubble employee and I saw this might be a liability to the company. All right? They might have to shut this down because there's a lot of I don't want to say plagiarism, but there's a lot of you're taking a lot of work from other people. Now, I agree that there's fair use and all this, but all it takes is just one account report for everything to disappear. Okay, that's all it takes. But in terms of the skill, the guy has skill. I mean, he's doing everything right? He's going with the transparent backgrounds. He's editing designs. Like, look at this one. It says, "Born to be a fishing legend." That's a great design. Look at how artistic that is. Always late, but worth the wait. I mean, that's quality stuff right here that will keep you on Redbubble forever. But doing something like this, for example, and not that I'll say, like this Floki thing, like, you don't know who's going to report this and say, this person doesn't own this design, or you don't know who's, there could be any situation. If Marshmallow himself came to this YouTube channel, or not YouTube channel, to this store somehow, some way, and reported it, technically he has the rights to take all these designs down because you don't own any of them. But you do have the talent, so don't risk yourself getting banned or deleted. I understand that there's a concept of fair use. I just say be careful. At the end of the day, I just care for you the most, and I don't want you to get your account taken down because you're creating art that necessarily doesn't belong to you. But in terms of the art skills and the art quality, it's beautiful. All right. Something that I would say also, though, is just make sure the banner relates to what you're selling, right? So I know you probably shouldn't add marshmallow to your banner, but if you're selling things like marshmallow designs like this guy, I mean, just make sure your banner lines up and aligns. All right, next one, Earthling merch. So shout out to Earthlings merch. I actually like Earthlings merch a lot. Like, in terms of doing everything right, they're doing everything right. The transparent backgrounds are there. The designs are bold, clear, easy to see. They're clean. They actually rank on Redbubble. So, for example, I searched for Santa is fake on Redbubble because I didn't think that something like this would actually sell. But clearly, I'm proven to be wrong because I could search here for Santa is fake, and there's her design right there. So, big shout out to Earthlings merch. What I would do if I were you, I would just go like this. I would click best selling, and I would sit and look at what's best selling, okay? So I got these, let's say these four designs that are best selling. I would create 100 each of these. If these are best selling and I know that I'm getting sales on every single one of these, I'd create 100 new versions of this. 100 new versions of this, 100 new versions of this, 100 new versions of this, and so on, okay? Any design that you make a single sale on, guys, go work on it. Go add more to it. Go create different variations because you are already in the race, guys. You have proof of concept that somebody likes the way your design looks. So with this, the crypto is for virgins, for example, I would create all different kinds of coins. I would create, the colors. I would change the colors. I would change the text. I would create so many different versions of this that I would completely dominate and decimate the rest of the market. And what would happen is that when somebody goes and searches for the product, it's almost like they're forced to buy from me because I'm the monster of the group. I'm the dominator, the pastor of disaster. So in this case, that's kind of my best recommendation. But in terms of the store's great. I mean, you got the quotes, things like that. Just something I did notice is some of the products don't fit very well. So like this one here, it doesn't really fit very well, right? Eat, sleep, ski, repeat. There's like a huge part that's cut out. Just make sure that you're optimizing for every single design. You don't want to blow it by, like, let's say somebody is looking to buy a hat, and for some reason it doesn't fit, like in terms of the design, they could go off, and head over to somebody else's store and actually purchase. So just be aware of that. And at the end of the day, I mean, you're doing a great job. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, and just keep moving forward, right? You're doing really a phenomenal job. And for everybody who's here watching this, you guys are all doing great too. The thing that you just got to keep in mind is let's keep pushing forward. Remember, every day that passes us by is a day we don't get back. And you got to ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be in the future? And would that person in the future is likely to do the things that you're currently doing now? And if not, it's okay. Just alter the course. Move a different path. Chase a different dream. And behave every single day the same way that you would 5 years into the future if you had already achieved those specific goals. Okay? So I'll talk to you guys later. First of all, I want to say every single person who was featured in this video, tremendous work. Really good work. Hopefully the tips helped you out, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right? Peace out. Bye.